Day 38 of the 40-day soul fast by Dr. Cindy Trims. Guys, I'm so happy because today's a day 38, the last work week, right, of me doing these videos. I just really feel like doing these videos every morning has really shifted something in me. I'm still trying to figure out what that shift is, but it's been a challenge for me, but I'm grateful. Today's chapter focuses on the power of standing and ethics. She says, where you take your stand and live out your destiny is determined by who God has called you to be. A king and a priest is called to a group of people, not a project, and certainly not the whole world. You will burn yourself out quickly if you try to be everything to everybody. Your thoughts and energy will be diluted. The quote that she shares here by Barbara Boxer saying, when you take a stand out of deep conviction, people know. They may not even agree, but they ask, do I want someone who is willing to take a hard stand and someone I can trust to do when the chips are down? They want that. This is so good because recently I found myself in a space where I felt like my voice was almost being shut down in terms of the comment I received was that, I tend to come across too strong or overly confident, and I pray that I'm not over. I pray that my confidence is in Christ and not in myself or in any abilities, gifts or talents that God has given me. But these were the comments that I got, and I feel like when I heard this, I felt like at some point I needed. And another thing I heard was, I also heard that I was too honest. So, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I do understand where they were coming from. And, even the Bible talks about doing things in moderation. But when I got that comment, and because it was perceived to be a bad thing, the way whoever took it, I really felt some kind of way about myself, and I felt like I had to tone down myself. Hey, in life, you do need to know when to talk and when not to talk. The Bible talks about this, knowing when to speak and when not to speak, right? But I felt scared to speak up because I felt like I was going to be judged. In the midst of all of that, something then happened where I honestly felt like, okay, this is actually injustice here, and I'm not going to stand for it. And to be honest, even though I was scared, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I had to take my stand and be like, hey, whatever's happened here this is injustice. I don't stand for it. I think we need to revisit this situation, review it again. I guess consider another decision because we've now gotten the truth of what's happened. I don't think it's fair to penalize this person for something that they're innocent with. And I had to say it in the midst of people who I know would typically judge me for how they've perceived me or whatever it was. But for me, I just thought at this point, if the worst happens, let it happen. In terms of your conviction, you need to know what kind of conviction you're having. So if you're not sure and if sometimes you doubt, take it before the Lord. But don't be too strong on your own conviction that you think that that's it. I think that's why we have God as well, to be able to depend on Him, because He's the all-knowing God. He's the all-seeing God. You could have a conviction that you think is right, but it really might be wrong. I really feel like this book is telling us to take a stand. Take a stand on what we believe in. And I think this is why I honestly respect people who sometimes, protest against certain things, because that's them standing for what they believe in. People who protest for climate change. As we grow authentically, our lives become more and more transparent, requiring us to rise to an ever higher standard of accountability. Becoming more authentic, more genuine, more real requires a deeper sense of truthfulness, honesty, and honor. Our truest intentions are revealed, our integrity is tested, our credibility is established. You lose yourself when you try to get others to accept you, but you gain yourself when you're able, right, to be authentic in yourself and who you are. And Dr. Cindy Trims talks about that in the previous chapters that I've read as well. So it says here, this is what the concept of ethic represents. That which is motivated by pure, noble, and honorable intentions and uprightness in choices, values, business dealings, and professional aspirations. So good. So good. She says your sense of ethics will require you to take a stand. Ethics is a call to action. This is so good. So good. And then she shared the last quote here is, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at the time of challenges and controversy. And this is a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. Wow, like I think, today's chapter was really good. It was a nice way to actually end the work week as well, as we're coming to an end of the 40-day soul fast. Thank you so much for, tuning into day 38. I am so grateful that you've been rocking with me from day one up until this moment. I will see you in tomorrow's video.